I just got another 40mm lens. This time is from 7 Artisans. So this is their 40mm f2.5, and this is part of their light series lenses. Light as in weight, not actual light, because this lens is only 90 grams. Really, this is a really, really light lens. Like, it feels like it weighs nothing. So when I put it on my camera, it feels like I didn't put anything in it. It just feels like a body cap. There's some downsides and some upsides to it. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the build quality, the image quality, and I even took it out on the beautiful foggy night because I felt like it and I love the fog. So the 40mm f2.5. So upon first impressions, when I received this lens in the mail, I was like, what the heck is this? I didn't know what was inside, and I picked it up and it felt really, really light. It felt like there was nothing inside. So then I opened it up and lo and behold, of course, it was the lens. It was really surprising to me that this lens was so weightless almost. Because my previous lens, as you guys know, is the TT Artisan 40mm f2. And this one is definitely a lot heavier than this one. And one of the downsides of having a lens that is this light is that the material is all plastic. Obviously, because if you want to make something light, you got to make it plastic. And this thing is plastic all around. Literally, it's just plastic. Even the lens hood is plastic. And the mount is surprisingly actually metal, which is pretty nice. But everything else is plastic, so that's how they're able to make it very, very light. Big tip, get yourself a 46mm filter. That's this right here. Because one thing I noticed is that in order for them to make a lens this cheap and this light, they had to do some compromises. One of those compromises is right here. So check this out. When I was playing around with the lens, I noticed that this part inside felt like it was floating. Like when I press on it, it moved around. And then I pressed it slightly harder and it goes down. And that gives off even more of a cheap feeling. It's actually something that I think needs to be improved in the design of this lens because that's a moving part that can break. A good way to fix that is to get yourself a 46mm lens filter. And that just goes on top here, like that. And now can't press it anymore. And also it helps protect the lens. It has a lot of advantages. When you're getting a lens, always get yourself a UV filter because it'll help you in the long run. This lens obviously is not weather sealed. For $159, don't expect weather sealing on this. Although, as I mentioned, I brought it out on a foggy night, and the thing with a foggy night is that it's actually moisture in the air, a lot of moisture. And when I took it out, like, it did pretty well. It didn't cheap out on me at all. So just letting you know. As I mentioned earlier, the 40mm f2.5 from 7 Artisans is only 90 grams. And that is intentional. And not only that, but it is also one of the cheapest 40mm full frame lenses that you can buy. So this lens is only $159, which is amazing. Oh, I love it when companies actually make affordable gear for people who just doesn't have the budget or wants to start dipping in their toes into new gear. Thank you, and keep making these beautiful little cheap lenses for people like me and like some of you guys who just want to have a functional lens to start using their full frame camera. Let's walk around a little bit on this lens because there's quite a few things to talk about. So number one, as you can see, is the size. So I'm going to just take off the hood here because there you go. This is the hood. And then I'm going to take off the lens, the back lens cap. And this thing is a pancake. This thing is a pancake lens. Look at this. It's tiny, 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 tiny. So when I put it on my camera, which is the Sony a7R5, right there, look at that. Look how tiny that is. That is so small. And it's beautiful, and I don't feel it on the camera at all. All I feel is the weight of the camera. So anyway, let's put that back here. That is like the size of it. It's practically a pancake lens. So this lens has a few things, as I mentioned. So first of all, as you can see right off the bat, it has an aperture ring, and it's a nice one. It's quite clicky. Of course, it has like this empty, hollow sound to it, if you can hear it, but it's very tactile and you can definitely feel every single step. It's not as nice feeling as the TT Artisan one, but I mean, for the quality, it does it. Some things that this lens does not have that this one has is an actual manual focus to autofocus switch, which is awesome. And not only that, but this lens has a functional custom button right there. A custom button. That is a feature that you don't see in lenses at this price range. And a custom button is good for many things. One of the things I like to use it for is to like punch in into the image. One of the other things is to like focus hold with the button, which is pretty useful because it's a very convenient spot for doing a focus hold. So that is an awesome thing. Another thing is this lens has a USB-C right there for updating the firmware, which is pretty cool. So sometimes you'll see it on the lens cap. And the thing with the lens cap is that you can like lose this thing, but here you can rest assured that it's not gonna go anywhere and you can update it, and it's pretty cool. And last but not least, it has a focus ring right here. One thing that I really appreciate is that it is toothed. Is that even a word? It has like a texture on it, so it makes it easy to grip. I don't really like the fact that the aperture and the focus is really close. What do you expect from a $159 lens? I'm just grateful that this thing even exists. So as I was mentioning in my video about the TT Artisan 40mm f2 is the 40mm focal length. This focal length has easily become one of my favorite focal lengths. It is not 35, it is not 50, it's right in between. It gives a good balance between background and foreground image compression and also a good field of view. I'll show you guys examples later on, but 40mm is a really, really fun focal length. It's good for street photography, it's good for portraits, it's good for like landscapes, it's good for a lot of things. It's a very flexible focal length. So because this lens is made of plastic, fully plastic, and it feels light, upon like putting your hands on it, it will feel cheap. It feels like a toy. Really, it really feels like a toy because it doesn't give any premium feeling at all. But that lightness that it has is actually a good thing. And when I shake it around, there's no sound, so there's no rattling. So that kind of helps it, gives it actual seriousness to the product. So now let's talk about the performance of this lens. So this lens has an STM motor, so it's actually pretty fast. It's pretty accurate, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's fast enough for like 95% of people. So it works with Sony's AI autofocus with its like face and eye detection, so it does the job. Now, the most important part in a lens is the image quality. How is the image quality on this cheap feeling 40mm 2.5 from 7 Artisan? Well, let me tell you, it is better than you thought. It's better than I thought. I was expecting something super cheap, and I was very well surprised. At f2.5, it is really sharp in the middle. Obviously, don't expect like super G-Master lens sharpness. The corners are a little soft and there's a little bit of like vignetting. But most of the time for me, my subject is in the middle of the frame. So that means for me, it is not bad at all. Just like any lens, it becomes a lot sharper when you stop it down to like 5.6 or even f4. So yeah, the corners become sharper, the image becomes sharper overall, but that comes with any lens. The colors and the contrast are actually pretty decent. I was genuinely surprised when a lens that, again, this cheap feeling was performing this well. As you can see in the images here, like, yeah, I didn't feel like I was being scammed or anything because of how cheap this feels, but it proved me wrong. The bokeh, it is not bad. It is not the creamiest thing in the world, but for $159, I'm grateful to even be able to have access to bokeh. One thing that I noticed though, when I was using it outside, and I'll show it to you here, is the flaring. It has really weird flaring when you're pointing it at hard light. There's like these flares that just pop up whenever like I have a street lamp in vision. So it's annoying when you see it, but what do you expect from a lens this price? The autofocus is not the fastest thing. It's tolerable. You're not gonna be capturing fast action with this. Like everyday things are not moving at like 150 kilometers an hour. So this thing will keep up, but don't expect it to be like a grandiose performer. Again, this is a cheap, accessible lens for the masses. The minimum focus distance is about 40 centimeters, which is not super close, but it actually feels a little bit closer than my TT Artisan 40mm. I wouldn't want to get that close anyway to my subject sometimes, and it doesn't bother me at all. I'm about often a meter or two away from my subjects, depending on what the subject is. But yeah, 40 centimeters, not the closest, but close enough. So now let's talk about who this lens is not for. The 7 Artisan's 40mm f2.5 is not for people who are looking for the fastest lens. Fast as in big aperture. Yes, it has f2.5, but it's modest, but it's not a low light Supreme King. But as you're gonna see, it performs quite well when I took it out at night, ironically, as I'm mentioning this, but it is not like a low light beast. If your camera cannot go up to higher ISOs or doesn't have a good image stabilization, this lens is not it, chief. Number 2, this lens is not for fast autofocus users. If you're looking for a lens that is very fast at tracking subjects and all that, nah, this is not it. And last but not least is that this lens is not for people who are looking for amazing coding. Because as you saw, the lens flares is not the best and the image quality is not like a G-Master level. This lens is for people who are looking for a budget lens. So now let's talk about who this lens is for. Number 1, a beginner photographer. This lens is for those who doesn't have the biggest budget. It is an accessible, I repeat, accessible option for people who are starting out their kit and are looking for a decent lens to use. Number 2, street photographers who like having a small kit. As I showed you, this is a pancake lens. So if you ever want a small kit, this is a really good candidate. As you saw when I put it on my camera, it is very, very light and very, very short. So this doesn't take any weight at all in your bag or on your camera. And number 3 is people who are looking for something that is not a 35mm and a 50mm. Again, 40mm to me has easily become a favorite in my focal lengths because it is so good for a lot of situations. In conclusion, if you're looking for a good cheap lens to start out your kit, I think this is a really good one to consider. Yes, there is the 50mm f1.8, the famous Nifty 50, and that is not a bad lens at all. But for $100 less, you can get this one, which has a lot more features. The image quality is gonna be very equivalent, but you get not only an aperture ring, but a manual and autofocus switch. And also you get a custom button, which you'll only find in a lot more expensive lenses. If you're interested in getting the 40mm f2.5, I put a link down below and you'll get 10% off on your purchase. Thank you for watching this video. And let me ask you, is this the best budget-friendly lens on the market right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.